So today we're gonna review The Embrace of the Serpent. I saw this movie at O Cinema in Wynwood, Florida. So let's get started. What's up, guys? This is Film Talk with Joey, and I want to review the movie Embrace of the Serpent. I saw it a few days ago, and this movie was done in 2015. I'm gonna read you the storyline. The story of the relationship between Kamakate, an Amazonian shaman and last survivor of his people, and two scientists who worked together over the course of 40 years to search the Amazon for a sacred healing plant. This movie's adventure, drama, history, and what I love the most is the history of the movie, because I actually learned new things from their ancestors, and I thought it was really interesting. The movie was in white and black, which made the movie super cool looking. And basically, in the beginning, it was more about a guy trying to get into a forest, the scientist trying to get to the forest, and he was sick, so he needed something to be healed with so he could get better, and he was just trying to get to know the forest and the people and what was happening. And basically the tribe, one guy in the tribe ended up helping him because he wanted him to help him find his other people in another part of the forest. So that's what happens. And let's start with the music. The music really went well with the movie. I love all these drumming music that goes with forest. It makes it more interesting and intriguing. Let's talk about the wardrobe. The wardrobe when it comes to the tribes, super interesting. Their haircuts were legit like a tribe. What I liked about the movie was the different languages. The movie was in Spanish and their own dialect. Some parts they would speak Spanish, and then there were English subtitles. So it was cool, because if I didn't understand a certain word in Spanish, then I'd read it in English so I wouldn't get confused. When I went to this theater, it's this theater in O Cinema, and it was super packed. I didn't really think it was going to be packed because, one, it's a Colombian movie. I guess it made sense because this movie was nominated for an Oscar, and Son of Saul, which is this one, won the Oscar. So this is a movie that I have not seen yet. I still need to watch it, and I do want to review it because I want to compare and contrast with these two movies. The movie was really good. I loved the history of the movie, and I learned so much because I didn't know that. I figured that tribes, like their own language was taken away, but not in such a brutal way. Some of these kids, their moms were raped. I'm talking about these little Indian kids. They were taken away from their people and their homes, and then they were sent to this church school. It's like a Catholic church, and then the pastor was from Spain, and basically would torture these kids every time they would speak to each other in their own dialect, and that's really horrible. They would get abused and all. They'd have to speak Spanish and learn a different religion. All their culture and everything was taken away. Certain parts in the movie where some migrate to Peru to look for this plant. I think that's very interesting how it shows you different places where they migrate in the movie. I think it's funny how this whole time the main Indian who's trying to help the scientist kept telling him, like, the white man always wants to destroy our home, and he never really trusted him. And then I guess the scientist in the end didn't help him, and he kind of just made this Indian feel bad, and finally just let go of everything. Was like, forget this, I don't want to help you. My people are still getting killed and brainwashed with, the white man. So it's really white man against Indians at the end of the day. They don't really, separate one person for what they're doing. They just combine whites as a whole, which, that still happens till this day. The cool thing about the scientist guy is he's like in his 50s, 60s, but he also knows Spanish. And he's also welcomed by another tribe, and they like him because he teaches the tribe things. And there's a part where I thought it was interesting where he had the scientist has a compass, and he showed it to the main person in the tribe, And then later when he was looking for it, the guy wanted to keep it. And then he got mad. He's like, I need that compass because he's in a kayak and he needs to get to places and he needs it. He's like, and I don't want you guys to, you guys know your way from looking at the stars and the sun. I don't want you to get used to this new technology. And they're like, well, they're curious, and at the end of the day, a human is going to be curious to learn new things and new things they see. So they stole the compass from him. I don't want to spoil the movie, but I give it a 5 out of 5. Why do I give it a 5 out of 5? It's not simply because it's a Colombian movie. I personally think it's great history and anyone can learn from it. The ending is fabulous. It's good. There's a part of the movie where the person finally finds plant and he takes it. It's like more of this this high. It got him high. One of the guys, a scientist, he gets high, and then there's a part where it just gets silent and you see all these like weird psychedelic features. I don't even know what to call it. You see these weird colors on the screen and everything gets silent, and I'm like, are they trying to get us all hypnotized with these colors and making us feel like how it would feel if we got high off those plants? I thought that was really interesting, that part. And so I initially thought that was going to be the ending of the movie, but then it comes back to the real ending. I think it's great how they don't really give you an ending, but the ending is so beautiful, and it just teaches you that man should take care of the forests and the earth, because earth is beautiful. It gives you everything that you need. It opens your eyes to realize that, hey, stop messing up forests, stop being so greedy, especially because the whole movie is people, because back then they used to like torture Indians so they would torture them if they didn't get rubber and stuff from the branches of the trees. There's a part of the movie where they poke the branch and white stuff start coming out, and it's rubber, and they put them in these buckets, and if they didn't finish their work, they would like cut an arm off or a leg off or beat them up. It's a very knowledgeable movie. Go watch it. I recommend it. And that's that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for new subscribers. Be good to people, and on to the next movie review. Bye guys.